CBC projecting Pierre Poilievre will become the new member of Parliament for Battle River-Crowfoot. The Conservative leader has 80.4% of the vote, with one poll left to report. There was the celebratory mood captured in Camrose, Alberta late last night. Poilievre's landslide means he will return to the House of Commons this fall as official opposition leader. He's been sidelined from parliamentary business since he lost his Carleton seat in the Ottawa area back in the April federal election. The MP at the time for Battle River-Crowfoot stepped aside and allowed Poilievre to run there. And as a result of last night's result, he will be heading back to Ottawa. Rafi Boudjikanian, one of our parliamentary reporters, and he's in our bureau in Ottawa this morning. As you look at the scenes and listen to Poilievre's victory speech, Rafi, how was he feeling about the win last night?
Heather, in a word, good. An 80% margin of victory allows him to get back into the House of Commons with wind in his sails. Now, he was showing some humility in his speech as well, and there could be a couple of reasons for that. As you mentioned, he had to displace one of his own MPs to run in Alberta across the country from the Ottawa region he's represented for 2 decades. His opponents had accused him of parachuting in with no intention of really representing Albertans once he got that seat he was fighting for. So his message seemed designed to push back against that.
Some might have thought it was a burden for me to come right off the campaign trail in a national campaign and go straight to knocking on doors, to traveling throughout a region of 56,000 square kilometers. But I'll tell you something, it was not a burden at all. This has been a privilege. Getting to know the people in this region has been the privilege of my life.
And as if to reinforce all of that, next to him in some of those images was Damien Carrick, the MP who stepped down so he could run. Now, so far, there hasn't been a whole lot of reaction to his victory, other than, of course, from Pierre Poilievre's rank and file, looking forward to welcoming him back into Parliament in September.
What does this mean for the leadership review, Rafi, that Poilievre is set to face early next year?
Well, an 80% margin of victory is fairly standard for how Conservatives tend to do in Battle River-Crowfoot, one of the most conservative ridings in this country. So it's not so much about giving him ammunition as removing it from any would-be opponents. Now they can't show up in January and say, hey, you could not even do as well as your predecessors. And of course, Poilievre now has a few months to build on that. When he gets back into the House of Commons, he'll be able to go to question period and grill Liberal Prime Minister Mark Carney. You'll recall how effective he was in doing that with Carney's predecessor, Justin Trudeau. You know, those critiques of the government that would then get packaged into social media clips and pushed to all of his followers. They were part of how he was able to build his polling numbers so high up before the election, before Trudeau resigned. And we got a sense of how Poilievre might go about doing that in some segments of his speech last night where he attacked the Liberals.
Now, they promised recently that things would be different. But under Mr. Carney and his 157 days in office, they've only gotten worse. There have been many announcements and meetings, many photo ops, and a lot of jazz, but not a lot of results. He sent everyone home for a summer vacation. He sent them home even though the deficit is spiraling out of control. Inflation is up, elbows are down.
Opinion figures have shown Poilievre to be behind Carney for a while now, but it also was the summer when a lot of Canadians don't pay that much attention to politics, and Poilievre did not have that spotlight on him. Now he'll be able to use it to try to flip that around, Heather.
Thank you, Rafi. Rafi is in Ottawa.